Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Nordic Ashes Survivors Ragnarok. Another bullet heaven. You'd think I'd run out of them by this point. I'm not. So let's see how this one goes. Well, oh boy. Well, you know what, actually, I like the visual style. It looks like we kind of start with a scythe. We can upgrade. Okay. This is slightly different. Can I access my meta progression? I see how it works. Okay. So, upgrade, reroll. Reroll. Not available in the demo. Intimidate your opponents by entering a frenzy state. Everyone's your enemy. Blesses you with a flaming trail, so I actually have to go with this. What is reroll, though? That's the question, isn't it? Like, what does rerolling do? Unless it rerolls the quality of the upgrade. Which actually makes a lot of sense. Maybe. You know, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I'm gonna, ow. Okay, that actually might be a bit of a problem. Because, yeah, I'm gonna start getting surrounded pretty bad here. And it's gonna be kind of difficult to retrieve all of the leftover EXP. Okay, let's just grab this. I think we've leveled up enough, so let's try re-rolling and see what that does. Interesting. Yeah, so it changes what gets upgraded. The main question is rarity. Extra projectiles? Sure? Well, I can't get any more than that. We'll see how this goes. This is interesting. It's different to have kind of a randomly generated talent tree rather than like locked pickups. So I guess this is just kind of this character, and it depends on how you kind of risk reward your point upgrades here. So for example, this increases the damage but also cooldown further, and then cooldown and area. I'm fine with those. I'm curious about what the maximum level is, but I figure I might as well just go kind of hard on upgrading my basic slash and giving it a decent, a decently short cooldown. I should watch my HP a little bit more. I'm not the smallest character, and I have no idea how to heal. Let's see. Cooldown and damage. Not area. Ooh. It seems like a couple levels under my belt and I actually get some pretty good bonuses. Maybe. You seem like a boss. Well, I guess I'm just gonna slap my way through. And it looks like I do just attack whatever's nearest to me, so I don't have to worry about facing. Okay, it's dead and it didn't even drop anything cool. Well, that's unfortunate. And that crystal has nothing. Okay. Yeah, this is still wave 1. Which is a little concerning. Not too much. It looks like my damage does go up, based on level, so I don't have to worry about that as much. Okay, let's grab that. 30% extra area plus a bunch of damage. Oh. Okay, what are these? I've got spears now. Okay. Well, the spears are kind of not really that helpful for me, but I've got them. What is this? Okay, so it looks like this is just kind of a bonus thing on top of everything else. Interesting. I think I'm mostly going to focus on the I'm gonna mostly focus on the sword for the time, or sword? The basic attack for the time being. Okay, I'm warming up to this. I was afraid that this was going to be kind of bare bones in terms of its execution. Some of these games definitely are. And this one gives you a little bit more choice, you know, do you unlock a bunch of abilities or do you go really all in on one? It seems like going all in on one is not the worst idea in the world. So I'm quite curious if you need to worry about quality too much. Like, can you get legendary upgrades at level 1? Or is it only unlocked later on? Because it feels like the higher the level I am, the higher the rarity of the upgrade for whatever that weapon is. Let's see if I can get up to max level sword. Then we'll start investing into new things. Alright, there we go. And extra AoE and extra projectile sounds great. So that just increases overall damage, I think. Move speed, more damage, fire, and then also deadly axe. Plus there's the extra things that I can pick up. Well, credit where credit is due. The basic attack is punchy. Oh, I don't know why I picked that up. Okay. Let's pick that up. Let's just kind of unlock everything. Okay, so that's the frenzy. So it looks like the frenzy kind of has its own internal cooldown that I'm going to ignore for the time being. So this can have different upgrade qualities, whereas these just flat damage bonuses do not. Makes sense. I like the fact that there is some variation on how the base weapons grow. One problem I always ran into with Vampire Survivors is that every time you went axe, or scythe, I guess. Well, no, it was axe, but it turned into the cyclone. I forget the name of everything. There are too many of these games. But you know, whenever you went with the axe and its evolution, it's not like there was ever any variation on what it could do. It was always the exact same upgrade path. And it was mostly just kind of like what upgrades you chose to go with and the passives and how they interacted, but it still ended up feeling a little repetitive by the end. There we go. I do tons of damage, I just don't attack quite often enough. I was really hoping to have reduced the cooldown on this thing a little bit more. But it does the job and then some. Scavenger King. Oh, is that our first, like, actual boss? Ow. Excuse me, sir. These things are not okay. Okay. I'm just gonna unlock every ability I have. And then what? So that increases the duration. Yeah, I don't know if that's any better. Ow. Oh, and I died because he was just inside of me. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's try that again. So the spear was not really good, and it looks like with Yggdrasil, chances are there's a meta progression of some kind that we get access to. Maybe it increases your base, like your base quality on things, or I don't actually know. It doesn't really matter. It does seem like investing hard into the scythe attack is worth it, though I think I want cooldown more than anything else. Like, AoE was good. projectile quantity. That was actually the one that was quite kind of surprisingly okay. Because I end up swinging twice, but I only really need that first one. Okay, cooldown and damage, absolutely. Okay. Can't get the next. Yeah, we need some AoE. But I want to be able to... There we go. Cool down a little bit more. Oh. Need 2 points for the next one. Okay, so maybe projectile quantity is... Oh, it's fine. The big issue is mainly just it has enough knockback that the multiple projectiles is not actually that helpful. There we go. And so I'd much rather have short cooldown, large area, decent damage. And then hopefully whatever other weapons I pick up are a little bit better as well. I do like the fact that you can find other weapons. I was worried when it just showed me the talent tree and it's like, yep, this is your character. That was just going to be it. And this character would always just be Cleave Man and nothing more. Because that just doesn't sound interesting to me. Damage and cooldown. I think I'm digging this a little bit better. There we go. Wolf Spirit's up, but I'm in a much better position to be clobbering through things. God, that Wolf Spirit actually does look kind of nice. It's interesting how many of these Bullet Heavens have actually had relatively good artwork. You know, Spirit Hunters is probably the best, but like Brotato looks legitimately nice. I think it just needs an environment that looks kind of vaguely like this, or just not flat brown. And then Bounty of One had kind of boring environments, but the character art was solid. And you know, this one looks nice. Not that visual style really matters in the slightest, but as somebody that likes aesthetics, it's not bad. Oh, I can just unlock the axe. That's interesting. Okay, so that's projectiles and cooldown. I think I might... maybe. Let's try the bow this time. Looks like the bow just kind of fires wherever. Ah. Wish you couldn't pick up the, healing potion. Yeah, do I re-roll that? Because the extra projectiles is... Yeah, you know what? I don't know. Because cooldown and AoE might be a little bit more valuable. Because it is feeling kind of short range. That's what I'm looking for. Now I just have to get... What is it? 4 levels? 5 levels to be able to upgrade it. There we go. It's okay. It does not actually take that long to accrue points. I will say though, the music on this game is non-existent, so I think I'm gonna switch back to my own. It's not that it's like bad, it's just kind of basic drum line in the background. Okay, so what do we want? Oh, these are Discover. I don't want Discover. Pretzel Rocks has gone a little downhill. It's a bit of a shame. Okay, there's epic music. Perfect. Now it is time for heroism and slashing large amounts of weird rat beasts. Okay, we're at 3. I don't think I liked the fire trail that much. So I'll probably skip that one. The bow is interesting. I might have to play in that space a bit. Because I could see that being a really solid complement to my big swing. Because yeah, it is scaling damage a little bit based on level. Okay. So we want to, yeah, 50% extra cooldown and big area. Yep. Yeah, like I said, I pretty much knock back most enemies, so the multiple projectiles might be useful against bosses, but I mostly want the swing to just be my basic unit hewer and nothing more. There we go. So we have some upgrades, including the bow. Extra projectiles, extra cooldown. That sounds good to me. Be neat if there are certain, like, unique effects, like piercing or bounce or you name it. Okay, there we go. I just don't want to accrue too much damage here. Obviously, if I did, I could go pick up that health potion. It doesn't seem like EXP disappears ever, so that's kind of a plus. Crit probability is interesting. Penetration, though. Yeah, the main question is, which do I build for? It'd be interesting to just stack pure projectiles, cooldown, and like pure projectile quantities, cooldown, and damage. Alright, there's a Scavenger King again. I'm in a better spot to fight him this time around, though. Though I will admit the boss fights in this game are a little iffy. If only because it is so easy to get surrounded. I don't like this. Fine. Here, let's snag this other one. Oh, I don't have any... Yeah, I didn't have any more EXP. There we go. Ah. Did he actually hit me with that? I think he did. Freaking rude. Okay, didn't hit me with that one. Yeah, I wish his charge had a little bit more of a tell. I mostly just have to zigzag. Because I know he can and will butt blast me. Alright, I'm gonna grab the shield. Looks like the shield protects me from harm. Probably doesn't come back very often. Let's see. Right, I was gonna go invest in other things. Oh. Did the boss piece or just go invisible? I think it just pieced out. I guess I didn't kill it fast enough. Or I did kill it. Because it looked like it just kind of bailed. And now I'm just confused. Okay, so what do we grab next? These bore me. That's a bit better. Yeah, the problem is you can only upgrade these so many times. So, like, I kind of feel like I have to get exactly what I want or it's almost not worth it. No, I probably did kill him. Kind of expecting him to have dropped something interesting, but oh well. There's my shield. Not that I really want to, like, overuse the shield, but it's kind of nice to have that safety measure all the same. If I could get the cooldown to be, like, really short. Okay. And that wouldn't be so bad. Well. Stupid stanky wolf spirit. A little fast for me. Yeah. Wasn't gonna be much I could do about that one, unfortunately. Please die. There we go. Here. I haven't tested it particularly much, but I want to see if that's any good. Let's see. It looks like I just kind of huck an axe. The axe might have piercing. It doesn't strike me as, like, amazing, but it is another source of damage that I can rely on. Okay, there's my shield back. Thought for a second I was going to lose it immediately. Well, I did in fact. These stone boys are a little tanky. And I'm leveling slower and slower. Which is a little unfortunate. Okay, there's a couple of levels. Let's see. Sure, I'll snag that. And the extra projectiles on the axes. Oh, that's unfortunate. The red birds fly random. Oh. Nope, and I'm dead. Dang. This is, not easy. So the bow was good. The divine shield, I'd pass on. I think one of the biggest problems is you really slow down leveling after a certain point, but the enemies never stop scaling, so I very quickly was running into a position where I just was getting clobbered. I think the easy answer is just, well, I guess those extra projectiles on the swing are a lot better than I'm giving them credit for. They're useless early, but later on they're pretty good. I don't know. Kind of wish I could keep putting points into upgrading the sword, but that's tough. Because to some degree, like, then you just focus only on one weapon for better and worse. And that's not a great place to be. I think ultimately, the other thing is, meta progression drastically is going to change how this game functions. Oh, that was awkward. And yeah, AoE is not as good, so maybe just cooldown and projectile quantity. Like, a little bit of AoE goes a long way, but once I'm starting to get surrounded, we don't really need AoE. Though it did clobber through a lot more enemies as a result. And yeah, wasting less of my resources on rerolls. That's the other thing, because we did lose a lot of levels there. And so, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe rerolling is a trap. I bet it is, actually. Because I totally could have upgraded at least several of my abilities and unlocked a couple more. Using all of those rerolls that I wasted. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's a matter of learning and iterating and improving. I do wish the multiple slashes from my weapon would... Huh. Use this for the Dragon's Deep outro. Always amuses me when it shows back up. What was I gonna say? I don't know. Just try to figure out how to optimize one bullet heaven to the next. Because every single one of them does something slightly different. I kind of dig that. That you can't just go into it thinking it's going to be like Vampire Survivors. There are a lot of similarities. Some are not great. But I'm thinking like, whenever I play a roguelike deck builder nowadays, it's just 7 different flavors of Slay the Spire. There are variations, yes, but most of the time, they're not enough to be worth mentioning. Cooldown's a little low, but I might keep it. Big damage, large AoE. Okay, let's try this sword next. Oh. Okay, so it's the lightning bolts. I like them. I could level it up, but I think I'm gonna get my slash to be peak first. And then go from there. What was I saying? I don't know, I'm saying words and things. Oh right, I was talking about deck builder roguelites, and how so many of them have not escaped Slay the Spire's shadow. I don't necessarily know about Bullet Heavens escaping Magic Survivor's shadow, seeing as it's the progenitor. I really gotta play Crimson Land at some point, just to see how similar that one is. Considering I generally consider Crimson Land to be one of the first Bullet Heavens. I'm writing a video on this so I can talk about it in depth. Okay. Yeah, let's maybe start upgrading those swords. Because yeah, if I could have those have a short cooldown, I might be a pretty happy camper. And yeah, that multi-slash is actually really good against the big chunkers. Because I can cut through the wolf pretty quickly. There we go. Leveled up a couple of times. So yeah, let's damage an area. Sure. These are all great. I like those. I don't think area on the sword is that good. It might be a lot. It might be a lot better once we actually start dealing with the crowds. Because right now it's just hitting unassociated randos. And to some degree, I almost kind of want that. You know, high damage, short cooldown. But I don't think I'm going to reroll anything today. I think I'm just going to go for whatever happens, happens, and just try and shoot for the highest possible applied level ups as I can. Honestly, I would actually say I kind of wish rerolls were a rare drop, kind of like health potions, so you only get a handful of them, rather than having it tied to your level up system, which makes rerolls kind of depower you. Unless, of course, slowing your leveling speed is based on your if it's based on your, like, functional level, that would change some things a little bit. So, for example, if I level up a perk, I'm considered to have leveled up once. However, if I reroll, I'm not. And so, ultimately, you're still more powerful if you level up your stuff, but it kind of makes up for it in the margins. I still think it would be better as a rare drop. Of just, like, every once in a while, you get a level up. Oh, Actually, that might be the case, because I'm level 29 now. I guess there's a bit of a tell there. Okay. Yeah, I just kind of want him dead. Okay. Ow. Ow. Okay, boss is officially dead. Yeah, so they do just wink out of existence. I got stuck in a rat. It was hidden behind my bulk. Hopefully I'll be able to heal. I mean, we do get health potions. Not infrequently. What is this? I think it shoots lasers at things? I think it shoots lasers at things. Let's see. Damage in area. That's a good cooldown. Okay, I kind of like the laser pylon. Okay. The golem wasn't dying immediately, and I was like, panic? But looks like we're fine. I'm actually kind of digging the variety here. Okay, so it doesn't do much damage, is the one thing to be said about it. It certainly feels kind of weak. I guess maybe I just have to find a couple of upgrades for it. So I don't think we've seen damage upgrades go by for it yet. Okay. Well, I certainly feel like I'm doing better. God damn it. There is still an enemy left. I looked away for a second and I'm like, oh yeah. How many level up points do I have? And the answer was, whoops. Nah, I'm dead. Dang. It's decent. I think I will say, I want to wait. The electric rune did not feel like it was doing a whole lot of damage, but I also never upgraded its damage to find out. I think I want to wait until this game actually gets the Yggdrasil before I want to come back to it. Luckily, it's still in a demo, so it doesn't really matter too much. But the visuals were decent. The weapon selection, though obviously obscured by the fact that you only get a couple options every couple of minutes. You know, that's very sparing, but I appreciate the fact that each character starts with a couple. I probably should have actually gone for Berserker, because secretly I think that actually would have been really, really good. But it is what it is. Maybe next time I play this, I'll try and spread my upgrades around a little bit more aggressively. You know, get everything up to level 5, then everything up to level 6, and kind of spread it around rather than focusing on one weapon at a time. Even though that seemed to work quite well, it might not be the best strat. So, if you guys want to give Nordic Ashes your shot yourselves, it's available on Steam to download as a demo. I don't actually know the official release date for this game. It just says 2022, so that could either be like tomorrow, or it could be like Christmas, and I really don't know. Also, holy smokes, the final upgrade for the Nagling might actually be a little worth holding off for, because 16 to 41 damage, that's obscenely good. Like, cooldown increased by an amount, sure, that'd be nice, but 41 damage for an upgrade, that'd be solid. I'm really curious about all the different weapon types and what they could do. I'm curious about how Berserker can scale. Like, if I can almost have that going permanently. I don't know. Holy shit, those are huge swords. The other thing is, like, pickup radius. If I can figure out how to get that, that would make a huge difference, too. But with all of that said, if you guys like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad, new indie games every single day, then hit subscribe, because I've got tons of them to check out. But for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.